Hello.
Yeah, 1 second. So Pranav, I think you can start the live. Hello, Pranav.
It's live already.
Okay. So very good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Mahesh Veluswamy here from the team of LLB School, and I welcome everyone on behalf of LLB School for another LLB-CPMB Career Talk webinar session. And today we'll be having a very young and talented entrepreneur and my beloved senior, Dr. Balathandaythabani, who is the mentor of the trending BNB Organics. And it's indeed great pleasure for us to host him today. And I request now Ms. Bhavani Shri from the team of LLB School to give a brief keynote about the Honorable Chief Guest. Yes, Ms. Bhavani, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good evening, all. Getting a job is not easy as we think. One has to find the opportunity in all the direction they can. As Steve Jobs said, people who think differently will have no rules, no status quo. They are misfit, troublemaker, and rebel. But you cannot ignore them because they change things. From this point, today we're going to see how can a life science student make a career with an available opportunity around us. On behalf of LLB School, we all are grateful to the chief guest, Dr. Bala, who has accepted our invitation to share his ideas on career development for life science students. He is a Pharma BTech student at Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. His master's degree was in sustainable development at Linköping University. He did his Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Science at Lund University, Linköping, Sweden. Dr. Bala was doing his thesis in Dr. Bala was doing his thesis in organic farming. While doing it, he came across numerous organic farmers, and in doing so, he understood the pros and cons of organic farming. He bought organic products like rice, millet, flattened rice, flour, oil, etc. And he had a strong feeling that the products are truly organic. He laid the foundation of BNB Organic, which is running successfully for the past 4 years, not only in India but also in UK and USA. The basic aim of BNB Organic is to provide the best and most genuine organic food to its customers and also to help our farmers to uplift and give stable and secure income to them. We are so pleased and proud to welcome you, sir, and the session is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Bhavani, for the wonderful introduction. So now I request Dr. Bala to change another slide so that I can give a small technical notes. Hello, sir. Yeah. So these slides for all the participants who are in both webinar and YouTube. So people who are in the webinar, you can kindly turn off your webcam and mute your microphone for the better webinar session, and try to note down all your questions which will be addressed at the end of the session. And today you will be having, you can all lively interact with Dr. Bala. And basically you are in mute mode. So for any discussion or if any important question, you can use the raise hand option on your Cisco platform. And here at the end of the session, don't forget to send your feedback via this given link. Yeah. So Dr. Bala, you may take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mahesh, and thank you, LLB School, for this opportunity. Actually, I'm Bala. I'm currently living in Sweden, and I'm working on climate change related things. In addition to this, I also act as a mentor for BNB Organics, one of the fast growing company right now in Tamil Nadu. Before I get into the business and things, how the things are going and how I shifted from life science to business and things like that, let me briefly explain my education background and what I did and my family background too, because it will be helpful when I come to the business. I did my bachelor's in B.Tech horticulture, as Bhavani said, in Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, and then while I was doing B.Tech, my interest in environment increased, and I was a member of different environmental organizations while I was studying at TNAU. So I went to different forest for animal surveys, and then for my thesis I selected organic farming. While doing organic farming, I got interest in studying climate change. Then I got an admission in Linköping University, which is in Sweden. I did my master's in climate change, and then in my PhD also I did my uh, thesis on climate change. After PhD, I got a job in Linköping University. And then while doing this, also I was working on the business things. I'll come to the business later on. My family background is like none of my parents or sibling had business background. My parents are teachers. I have a sibling. He's a doctor, and his wife is also a doctor. My wife is also a doctorate. She is also a scientist. So none of my family people had any business background. There was a challenge, and also like it had some advantages and disadvantages when I started my business. I'm going to keep this presentation as simple as possible. So you'll get a lot of questions, so we can have a lot of interactions after this presentation. I don't want to have like 30 or 40 minutes presentation. Business, people are saying the only business that I'm running now, BNB Organics. But before that, I was into three different businesses. While I was doing my PhD, here in Sweden, PhD is like a job. So after 5 o'clock, I got more time to read. So I started my PhD in 2012. From 2012 to 2014, I was reading and like I want to decide in which career I'm going to spend my life. Is it going to be business or the science? So I like business also because the reason for starting the business is the strong foundation created by Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. While doing my BTech, it is like entrepreneurship course, so I got a lot of exposures and I got a lot of ideas while doing my bachelor's. So after I finished my PhD, I learned how to work independently, and also I had entrepreneurship ideas in my mind. So before I got into like B&B Organics, I started charcoal related companies and like sensor related companies, and also we started a company for consultancy. All these three business has completely failed. But I did not like feel bad or anything because it was I know that I'm going to fail. Right now, when I started my business, I know that I'm going to fail because none of my family members have business background, and I know that no one is going to encourage me to do business. According to my father and mother, business is like nothing. It's like a job. They think that it's going to give nothing. Like it's not a thing that is highly respected in the society. So they said that I should not start business, but I studied business like while doing my PhD, so while doing my bachelor's. So I want to start a business. I started these three business and it failed completely. But the reason for the successful venture, BNB Organics, is the main reason why, because of the three failures. Like I learned a lot of things: what to start and when to start and how to start, like how to run a business successfully, and all these things I learned from these three business only. So if you get if you start something and if you get failed, don't be afraid and don't feel bad because it's going to teach you a lot. Like success is going to teach nothing. Maybe it may make you to feel something great, but only failure will give you a lot of ideas and suggestions, things like that. But whenever you get failed, like you have to sit and analyze how it happened and why it happened. And this is very important when you start a business because in business like now in BNB Organics, almost like directly 25 people are working and indirectly like 50 people are working, and we are supporting like 500 farmers right now directly. So whenever I get a call from the head or from the co-founders, it's going to be only the problem. So whenever they get the good news, they're not going to call you. Whenever they get the news that whenever they get the problems that they couldn't manage, then they will call you. So every day I will get at least 5 to 6 major problems. So we have to sit and analyze. It is because of some mistake that we have done in the past. So whenever you get some mistakes or fails, just sit and analyze. That will definitely lead you to success. Life science student. When Mahesh told me like what life science students can do if they want to start a business, or like are we eligible to start a business? Of course, yes. But there are a lot of problems. When as a life science student, when I started a business, I had a lot of issues. Like when I started the business, the BNB Organics, it is an organic products. We are selling unique organic products, which is not available else anywhere in the world. We are selling like more than 50 types of rice and more than 15 types of millets. Those rice and those millets are almost extinct, but we brought it back and we spent a lot of time and energy for it to bring it back. So we are now sustaining in the market, and now we extended. We opened a branch in the US and UK, and we are going to soon open a branch in Dubai also. It's because of the uniqueness. But it did not happen like quickly. We had a very worst timings, and it was a nightmare when we started in 2016. I was earning 3 lakhs per month in 2016. But when I started my business in India, it was like the for the whole year, we sold for only 1 lakh, just 1 lakh. My parents are completely upset. Like they did not like it because my parents are teachers and my brother wife, they are like doctors, and my wife is also doctor. So they didn't like that. My mother simply said that I'm running some supermarket, even no, not supermarket, a small petty shop. And she said, "You are, I made you to I made you to go to abroad, and you had a very good education, but now you are selling some rice and millet. So my parents are not happy." It's because I had a strong foundation in life science. Like I know like how chemically, and like I know how organic products look and where to do the test and everything, but I did not have any business tactics because I was like mostly into like after my bachelor's I jumped into like applied science. So I had a lot of ideas, technical knowledges about organic products, but I failed in the business statics. So for the 2016 and 2017, it was a lot of problems, and we did not know how to manage it. So what we did is like we started reading a lot of things about management and business and things like. It's not a big thing, like it's not rocket science. So we spent a lot of times to read. Balaji, the other co-founder, he Balaji and I were very clear. We started a thing. We are going to run it for 2 years. Whether it fails or not, we are going to learn a lot of things in these 2 years. So we just started running it. After 2016, like we made a since we are life science students, I know that how I'm going to make it different from other companies. While I was studying and doing thesis in organic farming, there were a lot of questions. Customers ask how it's truly organic. So we spend huge amount of money to test the products. So we send the product to one of the best labs in India, and we spend huge amount of money. Although the sale was just 1 lakh for the whole year, we spend almost like 10,000 to 30,000 per month just for testing alone. So that made us to stand different. And then we started working on different products which is not available anywhere in the market. For that, we have to spend a lot of time and energy with the farmers. Farmers are not believing us. Although the sales is very less, we bought a lot of products from the customers, from the farmers. So they started getting a lot of money. For traditional rice, they don't want to put a lot of fertilizers. So the input is less, but they got a lot of money. So they started doing this type of rice, which is not available anywhere. But before we got into this, we got a lot of failures. There is no employees. So Balaji and I are the only people we are working. But the good thing is like during 2016 and 2017, we are doing accounts, we are doing IT part, and we did everything, we both. So the first website was created by me. So if you see bnborganics.com now, this website is also created by my team. So when my team was creating, I know what to expect. So because of these failures and because of these things, we got a lot of time to read and analyze us. When like people usually say that like when you start a business, it seems like we can earn money very quickly. This is what we think usually, but that's not the truth. The dumb rule is it will take at least 4 years to get the profit. So like if it is going to take 4 years, then we have to survive, right? So like we worked and we saved some money, and then for 4 years we worked without money. This is what happens. Some companies in the beginning itself they go for funding. That's not good. I'm not going to talk more about it. If you're interested in this part, like about funding and going for like doing business, you can ask those questions in the question part. So we did not go for funding in the beginning. We are not confident that we are going to run a business, so we did not go for funding. When we started the business, we thought that we are going to make money very soon, but it did not happen. And like we thought it's just we are going to buy and sell product. That was also not easy. When we bought the product did not come to us easily. And then when we sold the product, sometimes people like when we send the product did not go to customers easily. And then since it's organic, we got a lot of pest problems, insect problems. The storage was a problem. We bought like 100 kg of rice. Only we sold 10 kg, and the remaining 90 kg went to dustbin because it got a lot of insects. So the other big thing is like in India, especially not in Europe. I did not notice in Europe, but in India, if you are doing business, the society is going to discourage you definitely. That happens, especially the family members. Like in our society, the topmost preference is for the government jobs. Like if you say that you get a government job, it will be treated like a prestigious thing. The second topmost thing is like a private job. If you go to some big companies, it's good. Like if you say that if you started a business, no one is going to respect you until you reach a height. Like even if you reach a height, like my co-founder is going to get married soon, but on the other side, getting marriage is not easy when you start a business. I'm saying truth. When you go for a alliance, like if you're telling that you started a business, no one is going to no one is going to marry you. Like if you can say that even in BNB organization, if I say that I'm working, they will let me get married. But if I say that I'm the owner of the BNB organization, no one is going to marry me. So that was the issue. That is the issue that is happening in our society. That's really bad. I don't know why. Maybe it might be because of education system. Our education system make us to work like below others. Yeah, our education system is not the one that's going to make us a leader. It might be because of education system. But in like Europe, especially in Sweden, if you're going to start a business, they encourage you like anything. They provide you a lot of funding. The government supports you. Like if you start a new startup, the government will provide you a lot of free employees. The government will pay for them, and you can just hire the employees, and you can get the loan within a week. If they find that your business is viable, then they will give you a lot of money. But it's very difficult in India. But recently there are some programs are coming to provide funding and to provide support and things like that if your business is viable. The last thing, as like I said earlier, your family will be completely upset. So these are the negative things when you start a business. So as a life science student, like if someone asks me if they have a scopes to start a business, I would say 100% you have a scope. Whatever the business you start, you need applied science, right? Whatever the business, whether it's biotech related business or agri business or like car manufacturing industry, whatever the industry, they need applied science. In India, unfortunately, if someone is going for arts college, like for to study BSc or something like that, no one is going to encourage you. That's bad, I think. In Europe, it's highly like people encourage you a lot, because without applied science, there is going to be nothing. So literally, so applied science is very important. So this applied science, whenever you do things, try on the other side, like if you can make it as a business, because every applied science can be converted as a business, definitely. So like if you're working in the lab, learn how they are doing it, and then like you analyze how you can make it as a business. Because only the applied science and students can run a successful business if you know the business statics also. So to learn the business stuffs, it's not a big thing. You have to just read. There are a lot of journals like Your Story, and there are a lot of good books are coming. I read like a few books like from zero to one, like those books. There are some good books. If you read those things on the other side, and if you learn the science part very clearly, then definitely I'm sure that you can run a very successful business. Like you like the other basic things that you need to run a business is independent learning. Like you should not depend on others. Like now you are a life science student, you know the applied science very well. Now you learn the business statics. The third thing is like you should not depend on others. If you start depend on others, it's very difficult to survive in the business, because you'll get a lot of problems. You should not like feel bad. So in order not to feel bad, you should know how to work independently. So I learned to work independently during my PhD. My PhD gave a lot of confidence to break anything by working independently. So we have a lot of resources. We have Google in our hand. Like we have internet, 24 hours internet. So you can search in that and you can learn. And please don't depend on anyone. Like I created my first website on my own without depending on anyone. Just I used YouTube and Google. That's it. Since I'm a life science student, I didn't think that, oh my God, it's very difficult and we need coding and things like that. So I didn't think anything like that. I just sat in front of YouTube and used Google, and I created my own website. So you should be ready to learn new things. I think I know that you are a life science student, so you'll be reading a lot of articles and writing papers and things like that. That will be really, really helpful when you start a business. And the other most important thing is learn quickly and try to work smartly. That's very important when you start the business. So the last part is business ethics. I want to emphasize this more, because when you start a business, have a very strong ethics, strong positive ethics. So whatever happens, don't lose that ethics. That is very, very important. When you start a business and when you get funding, sometimes the fund provider will influence you and will change your ethics. Never do that. Have strong ethics. Don't change that at any cost. And new innovations. Unfortunately, 84 percentage of Indian businesses lack new innovation. That is very unfortunate. If we are going to start a business without any innovation, for sure that business will shut down within 2 to 3 years. That's true. Uh, Unfortunately, this is happening in India, might be because of the family pressure. When we start a business, we want to win very quickly. People often forget that the business that are standing now, as the world number one, India's number one business, they started like 20, 25 years before, or some business started 40 years before. They started slowly, and then they reached a big height. But now, whenever we start a business, we want to go in like millions and billions within 2 to 3 years. So what people usually do is like they just copies others' innovation. You can copy others' innovation, but you cannot copy their like creativity. You can copy others' things, like whatever they did, you can copy, but you can't copy what they're going to do in the future. So if you have your own innovation, like no one can break you. Maybe for others, you may look like you are going slowly, but for sure you will win. Since you are all coming from life science part, like life science students, you will definitely have strong innovation capacity. We like India's and Asia, they gave a lot of innovations to the world. So sometimes I wonder why we Indians and Asians are lacking in innovation. I don't know why. Might be because of the family pressure. Our family wants us to win. So please don't get into that. Like it's a trap. So have your own innovation. Don't copy others. It's not a good ethic. Use your own innovation. You will definitely win. And the third thing is like failures. You expect failures. Please don't expect success. Please expect failures. Whenever you get the failures, don't run away from it. Just sit and analyze what happens. So, like you are all working in the labs and things like that. So, whenever something happens, you just don't throw it. You just sit and analyze what happens, right? So, do the same thing. Don't take it too much. Like, don't put it in your head. Like, don't feel like it's you are failed and you are going to like the society is going to like treat you badly. Whatever they do, don't feel bad. Just sit and analyze what happens. And management is the key. Like after you start the business, you're going to hire employees, and like you're going to work with so many people. And how you manage your employees and your business is the most important thing for the success. So like instead of managing it very stressfully, you can manage like in cool way. There are so many softwares now to manage it very easily. So you can learn the things like I would say like Zoho One. There is one software that's really good. In like that, there are so many softwares. Zoho One is it's an Indian company. The headquarters is in Tamil Nadu, but they have like customers all over the world. They're almost competing with Microsoft now. It's such a good company. And the last point is environment. Um, whenever we start like not only the business, whatever we do only for like humans. We never consider the environment. But that's really bad. Without environment, we can't do anything, right? So whatever you do, try to think what it contributes to the society. Society means not only the humans, all the creatures in the society. That's very important. Like when we started BNB Organics, we always have the question, what we do to the society. Like now we had collaboration with a scientist who studied in Royal Botanical Garden in England. They are going to put a lot of small boxes for sparrows. Like we plan to put like 50,000 sparrows, and BNB Organics is going to fund for it. And we are going to put native trees. Like we plant trees, but if you observe the trees carefully, like those, if the trees are like from other places, the birds will not sit on those trees. So we are studying the local environment, and we are going to plant the native trees. So, and in addition to this, we are providing money back to farmers. So we want to provide to the nature and other creatures in the society, and also to the farmers. So whenever we do, we always ask the question, are we doing enough to the environment? So you please ask the same questions. This is really important. I'm telling this not only because I'm a climate change scientist, but it was almost like moved away from our mind that whenever we speak society, we speak only about the humans. That's bad. Whenever we speak about society, please consider about the other creatures also. Without other creatures, humans cannot survive in this world. Thank you. And I will open the forum for the questions. Please ask if you have questions.
So thank you so much, Dr. Bala. It was a really like enrich of information. Now, with your permission, we'll take a question. So first, we'll allow people to open the question. So if anybody have a question, please raise your hand. And the priority is to have a live discussion. If nobody has a question, then we will ask question from our side. Okay, so yes, Sachin, you can go ahead with your question. Hello, Chachi.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Sachin,
Hello.
please.
Sir, as you said all the problems that we are facing today in India, then what will be the solution?
Can you please specify the problems? I mentioned so many problems. Which problem you are mentioning?
So that all the problems that you mentioned, that in India there is a lack of opportunities, that lack of efforts, there's a family pressure. So how to cope up with all these, especially a life science student, how we cope it?
Sachin, all these problems you will face until you reach certain heights. Like my family is happy now that we reached certain heights, so they are happy now. But initially, like in India, it's unfortunate that we are not getting enough support. But Modi's government is announcing a lot of schemes. In Tamil Nadu, recently I heard that government is providing almost 10 lakh rupees if you have a best innovation. Like they are giving to like you should just have an idea. That's it. If you have an idea and you can get 10 lakhs from the government, they provide you to do the testing. They don't get any shares from your company. They don't force you, like it's not a mandatory that you should get a positive marketing sites or something like that. But they will just give you 10 lakhs just to do the testing itself and do the marketing. So the government is actually not enough people are applying to it. So they are asking every company now. So that means they have a lot of funding. Even this Corona period, they have enough funding. I know this case in Tamil Nadu, and because the reason Modi's government is focusing a lot on these business things. and they want to increase the number of companies, so people get enough employment. So the startup, they announced a startup in India, so they have a lot of benefits on that, and so you don't want to pay tax and things like that. So a lot of things are coming, and it's easy to get loan now. So the government is supporting pretty well. We cannot compare that with Europe because they are very developed nations. But India is much better what they are before. In the past 8 years, government is doing much better now for the business. When I come to the next point, family pressure. Unfortunately, it is our society's mindset. They don't accept people doing business. Even if you are earning 2 lakhs per month through doing business, they don't accept it. If you are getting even 20,000 per month through a job, they will accept it. But if you are going to start a business and if you are earning 2 lakhs and if your business valuation goes for 10 crores, they don't mind. It's because of our mindset. For sure, after our generation, it will change. So we can't change that. We have to speak to our parents. They may not accept it, but we have to make them to accept it, and then we have to go with it. It's unfortunate, but we have to accept it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sachin.
Thank you, Sachin. We have another question from Mayuk. Yes, Mayuk, you can go ahead with your question. Hello, Mayuk. You can go ahead with your question. Okay. So, is there anyone? Do you have questions? You can kindly use the raise hand option. Okay. If nobody has a question, I request our team member, Mr. Hari, to ask all the questions. So, hello, Hari. You can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions.
Okay, sir. I'm in online.
Yeah.
Sir, Bala sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you, please.
Sir, we have a couple of questions raised from our audience, sir.
Yes, please.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, buddy.
Okay, sir. So you said you lost in 3 business before starting in BNB Organics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the reason for your loss, sir? Can you explain it, and why did you get more loss in these business?
Actually, I did not lose any money in that, but even the business couldn't start because the first thing is I was not confident enough. Since I come from life science part, I was not. I had the same question whether or not I could success because I could see a lot of MBA students sitting and speaking a lot of business terms, and I was sitting there without understanding a single word. So I started a business, although I was not confident, so I lost the business. So after losing 3 business, I got enough confidence to run the business. So while I was failing continuously, I was reading and learning the things. I got the confidence for the 4th business. Since mainly because of the confidence, lack of confidence, I lost the first 3 business.
Okay, sir. Sir, and so when comes to an PhD, postdoc, and your family, so how did you manage this business and all in your time, sir? How did you manage?
That's a $1 million question.
Yes, sir. So we people know always we lack in the time management. So that's why we asking about it, whether it will be very useful for us.
Yeah, sure. Actually, I'm a very strict scheduling person. I schedule my works. I got this habit when I was doing my bachelor's in Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. I read a lot of books. Through a book, I learned these things. So I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm very strict that I sleep at 10 o'clock in the night. So I sleep 7 hours. So in a day, we can have a lot of works. Of course, I have family and I have a kid, and I work as a scientist, and I have to take care of the business. So what I do is I make a schedule. In that schedule, I put works that I can do only on the day. I prioritize my works. So if I may get 20 or 30 works. I know that I cannot do all the 20 or 30 works in the same day. So I take only 5 to 6 works from that 20 to 30 works, and I work on only those 5 works. And if I couldn't finish those out of 5, I may not finish one work, so I take that work the next day. If the like in the remaining, like for example, if I have 20 works and I'm working on only 5 works, in the remaining 15 works, if there is any top priority, then I ask the team to take care of it. I know that I'm going to lose. I accept that lose. I accept the loss. So I can't do that. So I have to accept that loss. Then I go with it. If I can't accept the loss, then I will get stressed. So I just work on the topmost 5 priority things. Then I go with my schedule. So one thing is like you have to prioritize, and then if you couldn't do that on the same day, you have to accept the loss. Make sure that you have a very good team. I spend a lot of time to recruit people. Like after recruiting people, I will not spend that much time. But like if I'm receiving 300 applications, I select only one people after having so many interviews. Like it's really important. I think whenever you start a company, you have to spend a lot of time to select a best employee. That will save huge amount of time and will make you stress free also.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, and so when we think about a business, which factor is most important, sir? Either money, ideas, or a team management, sir?
Um, like money is not important. We started this business just with 300,000 rupees for the whole 1 year. Money is not nothing. Money is nothing. You should have a very good innovation and the management capacity. That is very important. As I said, like in addition to this, you should be a person to always interested in reading and learning things. Otherwise, like the business may seem like going well in the beginning, but afterwards you may lose to your competitors. So new innovation is very important, and management. In order to make your things to run smoothly, you have to read and learn things continuously.
Okay, so sir, in your organic products, you have any problem with the pesticides and all, any pest? And how did you overcome those problems, sir? And what
That's
is your unique among other organic shops?
Thank you. Actually, the thing is like we spend huge amount of money for lab testing. So when we send the products to lab test, sometimes we find like herbicides or weedicides. So we have to reject the whole lot and we have to send it back to the farmers. It costs huge to us, but I'm eating the food and my 3 years old daughter is eating the food. So we don't have any other option. We have to test that food. Otherwise, our people will not get a genuine organic food. So that's the way we are doing. We inspect the field, but whatever we inspect the field, we test the final product. So doing that, we prevent pesticides and VDCs contamination in the food.
Okay, so sir, can you tell me in how much will you spend in money for an testing sample, sir? So how much you
For
will get in profit for an each product, then it will be good for us to know about it, sir.
we spend for per product 8,500 rupees for the lab test for one product. We do we select the product randomly and we send the product for lab test. Um, So this is what we do, and we have a preliminary testing in the company also. Whenever a product comes, they have a document and they have certain test criteria. So they test the product according to that also.
Okay, so sir, did anybody mentor your business journey at any point, sir?
Um, Now we have mentors. In the beginning, we did not have proper mentors, but our senior Arun Murugan, he was guiding us. He's also a horticulturist, and he was guiding us. But now we have proper mentors. They sit and analyze our business and everything. So in the beginning, we did not have proper mentor, but it's really good if you have a mentor in the beginning.
Okay, sir, sir, and one more personal question, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, when we before starting a business,
Mhm.
so we'll have some innovative idea, right?
Mhm.
So how could we change that idea into a business? So will you tell me about it? So I have an idea,
Mhm.
but don't know how to implement it. So I want to do it in like waste management at all.
Mhm.
So but I don't know how to implement in a business. So will you tell me how do I start it from scratch?
Like you just if you don't have any business ideas or if you have only theoretical knowledge on these things, try to find a companies which is working on these things and go for an internship or work with them for 1 or 2 years. Learn the things, learn the business part, learn the technical part, and then start your own company. Please don't start the same thing from the company that you work. It's like it's not a good ethics, and it's also like you're going to increase the competition, and you may lose the business, or that old company may lose the business. So you create your own innovation in that, and you start the business. So in that, you know what are the difficulties is happening in that business. So that's a good thing. So if you're a fresher, if you have finished the college now, I would suggest to work in companies, not to start the business right immediately. So it's better to work in some companies, learn things how business are running in the real time, and then like you will also earn money. So you'll have some bank loans, like for education things, like you'll have some commitments. So work for 5 to 6 years, learn the things in the society, and then you start the business. So when you're working in the company, you are not only going to learn the business things, you're also going to learn how to manage people. So I would suggest to work in a company in the beginning, and then you can start a business.
Okay, sir. So what is your unique in your business, sir? In BNP Organics
Yeah, actually,
from others?
yes, we are selling the highest number of rice varieties than anyone in the world. One
Okay,
thing, and then we are making so many value-added products from it. So no one can like replicate this business because these products cannot available anywhere. Like we have agreement with our farmers, they do the cultivation in a small area only for us, because others, even other people, they don't know the name of the rice variety. So like that, not only rice varieties, millets, flakes, like dals, everything. We have our own set of varieties that was cultivated and consumed by fellow Indians like 1,000 or 2,000 years before. So we have a special team for that. They sit and analyze what are the products that went extinct, and they find the product, and they work with us farmers, and we request them to cultivate it, and we get it back. That's our uniqueness.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, and so what's your successful habit, and what would you advise to our students, sir?
Um, I usually don't suggest or advise, but what I do is like I I'm a like whenever I get depressed, I don't drink like alcohol or anything. I try to go for like hiking, or like try to get some fresh airs. I don't get like depressed when I get failures. One thing. The second thing is like I sleep at right time, and I wake up at right time. If you go to bed late, sometimes the next day will not be good for you. Like, because since you are a lifestyle students, you know that for the like we got the light like 200 years before only. So our mind, like our body, got used to sleeping at very early. So I try to follow that, and I do exercises every day. I do meditation, and like I do exercise, and I read a lot of books. So my strong suggestion is like keep a strict schedule. So don't work 8 hours. You can work for 8 hours, not for 12 hours or 13 hours. Your efficiency will get reduced. So read a lot of novels or other books, and try to spend time with your families. So like if you work only for 8 hours, and where if you give time to your brain, so it will think a lot. It will relax, and it will give a lot of best ideas. I get the best ideas when I sleep, or when I do some other activities which is not related to the business. All the best ideas that we are doing in the business are came outside of the business house only. That's true.
Okay, sir. So thank you, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you.
and did your lifestyle change your impact on your business?
I'm sorry, I did not get the question, Hari.
Sir, does your lifestyle really
Yes.
makes any impact on your business success?
Uh, I think so. Because I take it easy. If you don't get orders or anything, or even if you get orders, I take it easy. And like if I get depressed also, or if I feel happy also, I don't mind. I just sleep. So when you wake up in the next morning at the right time, you feel energetic. So yeah, sometimes if you are feeling depressed, and if you're not sleeping properly, even a small problem turns out to be a big problem for you. So if you have a right lifestyle, and if you're taking the right food, then you can handle even a big problems as a small problem. I would say lifestyle is very important for your success.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello, Mr. Hari. Sorry for the interruption. So we have already asked so many questions. So I would like to ask Dr. Bala, sir, do you want to take some more questions or?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay,
If
so
you people want.
okay. So maybe we can take two questions from the audience. So we have a question from Shravani. So Shravani, do you want to ask directly discuss with Dr. Bala? Hello, Shravani.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Shravan, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I just heard about your success or something from your what you said now. Sir, can I ask you on something, sir? One
Yeah,
question.
please. Yes, please.
Sir, what is your motto for your success or for anything which you are done or what you are to done in future? Your motto, sir.
Um, like I don't want to be a, a very big businessman. That's my motto. I want to like make sure these traditional products reach many people. I don't want to grow a very big company. I don't want to be my MNC. I don't want to say that I have companies in these places and these places, but I want to make sure that these traditional products reaches different people. Like even if I have small number of farmers, I want to make awareness about these products to customers, like to people, because each rice has its own health properties and it's healing a lot of diseases. And same with the millets and different dals also. So somehow, maybe after Green Revolution, we forgot these rices. So we started getting a lot of diseases. So this rice makes a lot of good things to humans, and it's good for nature also. So I want to increase the cultivation of this rice, and I want to make these products available to many people. That's my only motto. And we are for each businessman has their own target. Like some people they want to want to wish to have like 1,000 crores sales per year, or some people 100 crores. For us, sales is not big thing, because we are getting enough money to run our life. We are satisfied with it, but we want to make sure that these products reach a lot of people. The big problem with this business is if you take the manufacturing industries, if they get like 1,000 cars order, they'll be happy and they can manage, they can go for the production. But in this business, we are speaking to farmers and converting them to do the cultivation is extremely challenging. So scaling up this business is very challenging, but we are getting enough money to run our life. That's enough. So we will slowly make our farmers to do the cultivation and make this product available to the people.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
I hope
sure.
that hello, Mr. Hari. We can take one more question from the audience. Is it
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, sir. So
Okay.
we can.
Okay. Hello, Tapati. I guess I pronouncing the name correct. Do you want to discuss directly with Dr. Bala? Okay. Since he's not available. Okay. So, Mr. Hari, you can go ahead with your question.
Okay, sir. Sir, Bala, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, can you tell us and what is the role of an founder, co-founder, and a mentor in a company, sir?
The
So
role.
what those people will do there? What is their role?
Vendor is just people from whom you purchase, so they will just supply. Co-founders, like founders, if you take the founders, initially they should not have any roles. They should do almost all the works. They should know whatever happens in the company, because it's going to be a small company. It's a startup, so you should know every section. Then only you can find the problems and fix it soon. Once you develop and you have a very good team, then they can manage the things. And once in a month you should have a review meeting, and you should analyze what happens and what's not happening, and then you have to analyze why it's not happening, and then you have to fix it. In the beginning you should not have any specific roles. You should do all the works in the beginning, then only you can find the problems.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So,
I think that's
Mr. Hari and Dr. Bala, here I would like to add one more point. As I can see that you are the member of BNB Organics and Mr. Balaji as a founder. So, what is his specific role in BNB Organics? I mean, your founder role.
Balaji, he's in Tamil Nadu, India, and he's taking care of all the management works right now. And what I do is I just sit every month with all the team people, and I sit for the presentation. And together with Balaji and consultants and the different department heads, we sit and analyze the data, and We have a yearly plan, and we see that if it's going with the yearly plan or not. If it's going, then it's no problem. If it's not, then we just analyze and find the reasons.
Sir, and one more question, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, how did you promote your product, sir? Initially, I mean, you started this business from two people only. So, now how did you promote any digital marketing team, any at all?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Hari. Initially, it's a really big challenge. Like now, we have more than 80,000 followers on Facebook, so our products are reaching very quickly. Initially, like only the quality spoke. I sold my products to my friends, to my family people, and then we posted in Facebook and things like that. But it did not reach well. But slowly, word of mouth spread about us to others. So, for example, there is a very big company in Mumbai. They are selling diamonds all over India. That company's owner brought our product and bought, and he consumed it, and he liked it, and then he spoke about us to his other company colleagues, and they started buying from us. So this is how our company grown, mainly because of word of mouth. Since it's organic, word of mouth is very important. Then only, like, if I do an advertisement and saying that I'm selling organic, no one is going to buy. But if their colleagues or friends are going to say that this company is doing good, then they will buy. So whenever we call our regular customers and get their feedback, they always tell that my daughter forced me to buy, my friends forced me to buy. Like that only they will say. So that's very important, I think.
Thank you, sir. I think that's all for our questions, sir.
Okay, thank you.
So, we have one more question from the audience, other than from us. Mr. Muthu, do you want to ask your question? I think, but his question is already almost answered. Like, what is the goal of BNB in market, and also with customers and farmers? How you are? It's kind of like question how you are dealing with farmers and the customers.
The goal of BNB is like slowly making these traditional products reach the people all over the world. That's the goal. Sorry. Dealing with the customers, it's difficult only because everyone needs a shiny and good looking product. Even if it's a rice, it should look shiny and very attractive. That's unfortunate. So we have to educate them. So this is how the traditional products looks like that. And then dealing with farmers, we are feeling extremely satisfied because we never argued or we never like negotiated with the farmers. Whatever the price they tell, we just buy and sell. The farmers, we support farmers 2 years back when they got famine, like the yield was very less. We paid them very premium price, and after 1 year, when the famine was over, they gave the products at very less price in order to support us. So we are trying to pay to farmers as much as possible. So we are having a happy farmers with us. So that's why our business is running successfully.
Sir, and one more question, sir. How did you select your vendors, sir, for the products, organic products?
That's a very lengthy process because we have to go for the lab test, and then we have to hear about the vendors, study about the vendors, and then we have to invest a lot of money on selecting the vendors. That's a pretty lengthy process. Especially when we send for the sample for lab test, it should go and it will take time for like 10, 20 days, and then we have to get it back, and then we have to get permission from the head of the department. So it will take a while. Usually we analyze the product in the lab. Then only we select the vendor. And once we selected, then again the product will go for testing randomly. First time we will inform the farmers. Next time we will not inform the farmers for the lab test.
Okay, thank you, sir. And what are the tests available in your company, sir, for testing an organic product?
We are not having any instruments in the company. It's very expensive. So we just send to ITC lab located in Haryana.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Hello, sir. But I have one personal question. Like, as I can see that your BNB BNB Organics concern about farmers. So, do you have any special promotion for farmers alone, or
What type of promotion, Mahesh? I didn't.
like in the prices or in the product? Is
Like we don't mention anything in the product,
Okay, okay.
but whatever the price that farmers say, we just buy it.
Okay,
That's it.
okay, okay.
But it should not be very high also. We know what the market price is, but we pay premium price. As far as I remember, we don't argue with farmers that much. If we feel the price is very high, we just tell them and we just move to other vendor. That's it.
Okay.
We don't sit and argue. We don't ask them to reduce the prices. Do like that. But mostly like we know that what other companies are getting at. But we just pay premium price. That's good for us. It makes us feel good.
Okay.
And we take 1% of our profit and we just contribute to the society.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah. Okay. So I think with that question, I think we can end up the question answer session. So I thank very much Mr. Hari from the team of LLB School for making the question answer session very interactive. And also I thank Dr. Bala for answering all the questions with a lot of patience. And I hope all the members of LLB School make use of it and get enough motivation to start their entrepreneurship. So now it's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on behalf of LLB School. We want to express gratitude to Dr. Bala, who has spared his precious time for us to share his successful journey with his BNB Organics. So thank you so much again, sir.
You're welcome.
So, and it's overall good experience, and we will really happy to have you in the future session as well, if any, if you prefer. And so finally, last but not least, thank you so much for all the participants who are attending this session today. So for anybody who is looking for the certificate, we have given the feedback link in the chat box. You can go and give your feedback, and the time limit is only on you need to fill the feedback before 12 a.m. in the midnight, and after 12 a.m. we won't accept any feedbacks, and you will get the certificates in 1 week time. So even if you gonna send any mail, we are not going to respond any emails. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. So thank you so much, Dr. Bala.
Thank you.
Yeah. So participant, the meeting is over. So you may leave the meeting room. So thank you, everyone. I have a request to the LLB school team. Kindly stay in the meeting room. And yeah. So Pranav, you can end the live session, I guess. I hope you shared the feedback link in the YouTube as well.
Yeah, I have shared